Tonight we're going to be moving the garage heater outlet because it's in a place that just doesn't make any sense. Right now it is over here above the pellets, which is dumb because I would never set up the heater on top of the pellets. So I'm going to move it to an area which makes sense, which would be probably right here, because the heater is going to be used here. So I've got this, which we'll use to make the junction. So we're going to need to put two connections on here. Let's just go ahead and prepare this now, and then we'll go over there in a minute and do the work. I should have some grounding screws in here somewhere. Okay, where are all my grounding screws? Here they are. And then we'll need I guess 3 of those. So we use we'll just use these 2 side ones. Just fine. It's going to be a straight line anyways. Okay, so that's ready to go. I have this cover here. Perfect. Here's what we have right now. This is a plastic hunk of junk. I have no use for these. To me, these are like a joke at a bad comedy show. I don't know why on earth you would want to encapsulate an electrical connection in something as non-durable as plastic. I never use these. I only use metal. it's got this cheap, like, one-time use kind of junk where you just kind of push in the wire and hope for the best. And because of that, you can't reuse the connections in there. You got to take the whole thing out and just cut it. We're going to keep this outlet though. We'll reuse the outlet because the outlet's fine. I put the outlet in there. This was originally a switch to something that was used here before I was living here. Something that somebody else set up. And so that switch, I guess, powered something else. It was non-existent by the time I moved in. So this setup might have made sense at one point, but that point is just, it's gone. Okay, we don't have much slack left here to work with. So I think I'm going to have to move the box over this way a little more. Which is fine, I can do that. Just have to remove this staple. And I'll remove this nail because it's not serving any purpose anymore. And we'll remove this nail because we don't need it. Very difficult angle to work at because the pellets are in front of me. I can't get a good grip on this stuff. Okay. I wanted to do this before I got the pellets in this year, but as you can see, such did not happen. Okay, now we got all traces of that going. So now we can strip the new wire back. I'll grab the ground from the other wire because it'll be easier to reach. See, this is actually a real copper wire, not that stupid copper clad trash that they put in the houses now. Okay, what else do we need here? I'm going to need a couple screws because I didn't remember to bring any screws from the old, or for the new box. Alright, so this I'll strip back more so that I can grab the ground so we can bind the box. Well, you don't have to bind a plastic box. Plastic is so great. Okay. Box. I didn't grab the stinking grounding screws either. Well, that's kind of stupid. Why the heck would they put the grounding screw right in front of that? Well, I'm not sure that I really like this box anymore. It's still better than a dumb plastic one, but it's not everything it should be either. That is so dumb. Seems like somebody was missing a couple of brain cells on the day that this was designed. I can't get it in. I'm going to have to take this whole thing off again. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. Wow. Okay. Dumb. Who made this thing? Southwire. Alright, so dum-dums at Southwire say put this on the wire. Come on. Bro, what is going on with this project? The screws is wide open. Why won't this go down? There we go. Okay, so we'll put this on first. Then we'll put this in here. And then before, actually no, then we have to put this on in like this. And then we can put the ground screw in, and then we can put everything back together. It really seems like the people that design this stuff don't use it. That's what it seems like to me. Now what the heck's the problem? I think the threads are all jacked up or something. Whatever. Alright, so we'll just take this ground wire. This this has to go first, and then we'll take this ground wire and we'll wrap this around here to bond it. Okay, now that that's taken care of, for some reason that's a prerequisite to put the connector on, which it really shouldn't be, but it is with this dumb box. Okay, that's great. So now we can cut this back to all be the same length. We gotta drill a hole for the grounding screw, because this is not technically the right box for the application, but it's the one I have, so we're going to use it. This comes down here like this, and the box, this will go below. The box will just kind of go like right around here. Makes sense to me. So let's drill this hole. Seriously? This is one of the worst angles I've had to work at in a long time. Okay, the wires are secured into the box, so now we just need to make the connections and then screw the box to the wall. I think it's going to be easier for me to make the connections now, because it's just going to get even further away from me once I screw it to the wall. The other part of what's making this difficult is this is 12 gauge wire, which is generally harder to work with because it's very stiff. No wire connectors here. Okay, they're back at the bench as well. Okay, that's all the electrical connections made. So now I'm gonna try to get a screw in there to secure this up to to the wall. Now this is not ideal here. This is at a bad amount of tension. Well, I think maybe the answer is just drill a new hole and put it over here instead. I don't really have any reason to try to keep it over there. It can go over here, that's just fine. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll just move it over to here. I think this is going to prove to be the trickiest part of this whole process. It's going to be very tricky to get this screw in because I need a third hand, which of course I don't have. Alright, let's see how many attempts this takes. I don't know, is the screw on the head? Nope, it's not. One. That verticam drill might be a better option here. Let's see. Oh, only 2 attempts. That wasn't bad at all. It's crooked, but I don't care. I can always come back and fix it when the pellets aren't here, when it would be super easy to just put this up, you know, like normal. But it's good enough for now. I'm not even gonna bother trying to put a second screw in there. This is good enough. It's not gonna fall off the wall. That's ridiculous. Come on, stupid 12 gauge, get in there. Alright, that looks good. And I feel much better about this being metal than that funny plastic stuff. Especially in a case like this where it's over a, you know, it literally sits right on top of a fuel source. Okay, box. Okay then. Okay, that's a wrap on that. In theory, there probably should be another staple right here, but it's something I'll go back and fix once the pellets aren't here. I've had enough of that for now. Alright, now we can move on. I just put a couple staples in and tied up these networking and data runs a little better. I'm going to take a break for the night and we'll come back tomorrow and finish this up, because I want to clean all this up as I go along, because this is just abysmal. And there's like some old staples and unused wire and some other things that need to come out. So I want to go through this properly and slowly so that it comes out looking good like that does. And that product is just not going to surface at this hour. So in a couple seconds for you, we'll start again tomorrow. Alright, we've got some trouble here because the wire is not long enough for me to make a junction for the outlet and then still tack it up again. So I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to cut it, which is going to disbail the outlet upstairs. I'm going to put it in the box, set it up the way I want it to be, and then in the spring we'll figure that out. What I'll probably do is just rerun the whole thing in the spring from scratch, because I don't like that it's all cut in half and whatever anyways. I'm trying to redo just about all of the wiring that came with the house, because whoever did the work was not quality focused, to say the least. And a lot of the runs are shoddy and there's nicks in all the wires, and it's just sloppy garbage work. You know, throw it together and move on to the next job kind of deal, which is not what I want in here. So we had a lot of work to do on that, but so I can't get it finalized today. So we'll just do the best we can to get something functional, because now I need the heater. It's I think it was like 44 something degrees last night. 45 was cold, and there's no sun today, so we're not going to get any natural heat. So I need the heater, and I don't have time to keep playing with this anymore. So we're just going to set it up to work with the heat, and then deal with the air conditioner later. We got months before we need the air conditioner anyways. Won't be needing that thing until probably July of next year. I have some Velcro ties that I got for this wire. I don't know where they are. So when I find those, I'll add those to the setup here to make it a little bit cleaner. Now, if there was some kind of an emergency where I needed the outlet upstairs, I could always just throw a plug on the existing leader and plug it in here. There's enough slack to run it as the crow flies and make it work. I don't know if this is in the video, but like right here, should be in the video now, there's a nick in this. And it doesn't look like it's down to the copper, but it shouldn't be like that. You know, this is all this is garbage work. Alright, that's all we're going to do on this side for now. Certainly much better than it was. I had a lot of work to do over here. I got to get all these old brackets off here and everything. Clean that up. But now let's move on to the other side. Get the outlet in. I'm gonna need bigger connectors. I think I have these. They're by this flaky brand, but I think they'll work. That's right, it says. This should be a lot less painful than what we were doing before, because I don't have to be climbing up on no pellets this time. I'm going to move it over a bit because I actually have to work on this 120 volt outlet. Apparently there's something wrong with it, which I did not know until I plugged an isobar and it said faulty. One of the, this socket I think is no good, this one's okay, so I'll have to check that out and see what the problem is. And while I'm in there, I think I'm going to tap off of it and run another outlet over to where the garage door opener is. Okay. That's a problem. That stupid connector is too big. Alright, well, we're going to fix that. It's a little bit of hackery. Just cut a small piece of wire and stick it in. Perfect. And from the outside, you'd never know. Looks fine. I should have fed that in the other. Actually, no, it's fine. Never mind. That was backwards. The stinking camera is in the way. Okay, the outlet is now installed. We'll have one more staple on top and that'll be it. Alright, and I'm gonna go turn it on. I'm gonna leave you here in case something interesting happens, though I don't expect it to. Yeah, the breaker didn't explode, so that's good. I'm going to grab the an extension here, and this extension, I believe, has a glowing light on it, so you should be able to see if it's working. Or am I thinking of the heater that has the light on it? Yeah, I must be thinking of the heater. Well, either way, let's get the heater out and see if it works. The heater's cord is just a hair too short to reach. It's the same problem I have with the dehumidifier. It needs another like 8 inches on it. So I have to run this again, which is stupid. So I will make a custom cord that's the right length so that I can eliminate that. Because the whole point of this was to eliminate stupid things that don't make sense. This outlet looks much better compared to what's here. It's all sloppy all over the place. This is just neat. It's the way it's supposed to be. The light's on the heater. Let's see if it works. It is working. Some warning just came off of something. It's heating. Nice and warm. Alright, so that's all set for now until I make that custom cord. I just gotta go to the Home Depot and pick up some outlet and socket, and I'll make that. I gotta go there anyways to pick up some hooks, so I'll get those and then this will be finished. But at least for now, this is a big improvement compared to the way it was, and I'll have to deal with that other run that goes upstairs later on.